Are you ready for a book haul? Hello, it's Silje. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. Today I am here with a book haul, and this will be part 1, I think, because I have acquired quite a few books over the past 3 months, and I want to make this kind of short and sweet, or at least short, because I'm not sure if Alberta is planning on joining me. Alberta? We'll see. But yeah, this is a mishmash of genres and books and everything. Kind of like my reading, it's everywhere. I have tried to organize it. Not sure how well I have succeeded, but yeah, I will pick books here and talk a little bit about them. And maybe Alberta will make an appearance because she is right here trying to eat my books. The first book is a recommendation from Veronica Yummy Yummy Ice Cream on Instagram. This is Enter the Aardvark by Jessica Anthony, and I think the premise of this book sounds completely bonkers and wonderful, and I will read you the blurb. Early one August morning, millennial Congressman Alexander Payne Wilson receives a mysterious package in the mail. Inside is an enormous taxidermied aardvark. What does it mean? Well, everything. Yeah, I am super intrigued. Then I have a fantasy. This is Mordew by Alex Pheby, and I was sold by the tagline. Sometimes it's pretty easy to convince me. God is dead, his corpse hidden in the catacombs beneath Mordew. And this is about a young boy. We're following a young boy who is sold by his mother to the master of Mordew. And this master is getting his magical power from feeding on the corpse of God. I think it sounds pretty intriguing. One thing that I found to be quite annoying with this edition is it has a lot of pages, which is completely fine. But it's like, it's not floppy at all. But yeah, what can you do? I also got another book by Alex Pheby, and this is not fantasy. This is Lucia, and this is about Lucia Joyce. She was the daughter of James Joyce. She lived in Paris with her family. She was the lover of Samuel Beckett, and she was a very talented dancer. And then she got sick, and she spent her last 30 years in an asylum. And after she died, it's like her voice was silenced. Her letters were destroyed, her journal entries were destroyed, and it's like her history was erased. And in this book, Pheby is imagining what might have happened. And it's so intriguing to me. I'm really fascinated by Lucia Joyce, and I have been that since I read this graphic memoir called Daughter of Her Father's Eyes by Mary M. Talbot, where this is a coming of age memoir, and Mary Talbot was the daughter of a Joyce scholar, and this one she talks about herself but also about Lucia, and I got very intrigued. So when I found this book, I knew that I had to have it. Alberta, come on. Psst, psst, psst. Then I have some really cozy, cute books, and I have read 2 of these. It's a series, and it's a Dark Crystal series by J.M. Lee. As a kid, I loved the Dark Crystal movie from the 80s. I also really adore the Netflix TV series. So when I stumbled across these books, I knew that I had to have them. And I have read the 2 first. So it's Shadows of the Dark Crystal, Song of the Dark Crystal, then Tides of the Dark Crystal, and last but not least, Flames of the Dark Crystal. And J.M. Lee is the writer of these books. He's also the writer of the TV series. And both the TV series and these books are prequels to the original movie. And it takes place at the same time. And these books expands the story that we meet in the TV show. And we meet other characters, other storylines. And I just loved it. I can't wait to read these two. But these were so comfy and cozy. It was so wonderful to be back in Thra again, learning more about the Gelflings, the different clans, meeting these characters, learning more about the mythology. And yeah, it was so vivid and beautiful and yeah, so cozy. I adored it. Then I have another middle grade, and this one is new to me. It's Malamander by Thomas Taylor, an Eerie on Sea mystery. And I know that this book has been translated to Norwegian, so my main reason for getting this is so I can read it and maybe recommend it to some of my more advanced readers in my class. And it's a mystery, so I'm hoping for something both suspenseful and quirky or whimsical. I'm not sure if Eerie on Sea is a place under the sea or close to the sea, so we'll see. But it has a map, which is always awesome. And I think the Malamander might be this creature. So yeah, I look forward to read it when I'm in the mood for some middle grade. And speaking of children's books, this is a book that I have been super excited about. It is Nordlys Portaltreet del 1 by Malin Falch, Northern Lights, the Portaltreet, Part 1. This is the 5th installment in the Northern Lights series, which is a Norwegian graphic novel portal fantasy for kids, and I adore it. It is so fantastic. And the thing that I like the most is that it's based on Norwegian fairy tales and folklore, and also a lot of the artwork, especially the trolls, are inspired by Theodor Kittelsen, one of our main fairy tale illustrators. And yeah, I can't wait to see what will happen, because this is the second to last in the series. These books have been translated to English, but it's kind of difficult to find them outside of Norway anyway. And I don't know why. I think that's kind of silly. But yeah, it's great. And I can't wait to push it on my students, because I do that. Then, something completely different. This is a collection of poetry. Butterfly Valley by Inger Christensen. She was a Danish poet, and she wrote essays, among other things. And I have been dipping in and out of her poetry collection called Alphabet. And I am pretty sure that it's not the correct way to read that collection, but that's how I read poetry. I am dipping in and out of them. But Alphabet is quite experimental. It's structured in a very interesting way. In two different very interesting ways. The first one is following the alphabet, so every poem starts with the next letter in the alphabet, so it's 29 poems, because in Danish and Norwegian we have 29 letters. And so that's the one way to structure it. But at the same time, she's also following the Fibonacci code, where you have like 1 and then 1, then you add the 2 numbers and get 2, then you add the 2 latest numbers and get 3, and then 5, and further on. And she is doing that with her poems. So the first poem and the second poem has one line, the third has 2 lines, the fourth have 3 lines, and then 5 lines, and further on. So the last poems are super long, like many pages, but they are just fantastic. This one is structured differently. It is 15 sonnets about life, love, death, and art. And the last sonnet is written, is composed of lines from the 14 other sonnets. So yeah, I think it will be very cool to read it. I did read some of the poems, and yeah, I'm sold. I'm completely sold. It is bilingual, so it's written with the original Danish on one side and the English on one side. And yeah, I am very excited for this one. Then I have another book, which is a travelogue. It is by Julio Cortazar and Carol Dunlop, Autonauts of the Cosmoroute, a timeless voyage from Paris to Marseille. And this is what it said. It's about Julio Cortazar and Carol Dunlop driving by car from Paris to Marseille, taking the highway. And I am not into driving at all. I can't drive a car. I don't like to be a passenger. I get car sick. But I think reading about it will be okay. The next book is a book that I found through Echo at Echo of Lost Libraries. He has an awesome channel, so I will of course leave link to it in the info box. And this is Julieta Campos, The Fear of Losing Eurydice. And this was in his top 5 of 2021, so yeah, I'm sold. But the reason why this really spoke to me is because Julieta Campos was part of the Latin American boom, I think it's boom. And also she was a student at Sorbonne, I think, or maybe she worked there. But she was really in touch with the French contemporaries like Marguerite Duras and Nathalie Sarraute. And I love Marguerite Duras. And I really like Nathalie Sarraute as well. So that was the main reason why I got it, because it sounded awesome, the way he talked about it. And I love Marguerite Duras. Yeah, I said I'm easy to convince sometimes. The next book that I got was this. This is In the Eye of the Wild by Natasha Martin, and I first heard about it through Anna's channel. I will leave link to her in the info box because she is amazing. And the way she talked about it convinced me that I need to read this. Martin is a French anthropologist, and she is in the mountains of Siberia when she's attacked by this Kamchatka bear. I am not sure how a Kamchatka bear is compared to other bears, but it sounds pretty scary. She was severely injured, and this is her memoirs about her recovery. And it sounds just really good and interesting. I'm not that into recovery stories, especially stories about illnesses, but this is about being attacked by a bear, and I don't think I will be in Siberia and close to a Kamchatka bear anytime soon. So yeah, I think this will be really great. The next book is a book by Peter Weiss called Leave Taking. I'll be reading some Peter Weiss novels this year with Paperbird, and this one is the one that is currently available. The other one will be reissued in April, I think. He was, I'm not sure if he's still alive, but he was a Swedish-German writer. He was most known for his plays, but he also wrote novels, and this one is about growing up in Berlin in between the wars, and I'm all in for childhood memories, and I do hope there will be some Seboldian vibes here. That would make me really, really happy. And speaking of Sebald, I'm a Sebald fangirl. So of course I had to get Speak Silence in Search of W.G. Sebald by Carol Angier. I can't wait to get to know Sebald more. It's at home. I can live with that. I also got another biography, and this is Tove Jansson, Work and Love by Tuula Karjalainen. And I love the Moomins. Tove Jansson is the mother of the Moomins. She was a painter, an artist, and also the writer of adult novels for adults. And this book is about her life and her work, and it has a lot of her art. She got some Moomin art, but also her other paintings. So yeah, I think this would be cool, and it's such a great, like, I really like how the book looks as well. And then the last book that I will show here is Nina Simone's Gum by Warren Ellis. Warren Ellis is, I'm kind of fangirl here as well. He is a brilliant musician. He is a close friend with Nick Cave. He is mesmerizing on stage. They are like collaborating a lot, having a lot of projects together. And when I found out that he had written a book, I was like, yes, I need this book. This is him talking about memories, childhood, and his relationship to found objects. And it starts with him in 1999. He was in the audience when Nina Simone was having a concert in England or in the UK. And he got on stage and he snatched her used gum from the piano, and he kept that gum for 20 years like this sacred totem, like his creative muse. And then Nick Cave asks him if he had something that he could use in his Stranger Than Kindness exhibition, and they agree that they will showcase this gum. And because Ellis is afraid it will get lost, he is casting it in silver and gold, and it's housed in this glass case. And all this makes him reminisce about his childhood and his love for found objects. So it seems like something that I will enjoy, and it's Warren Ellis, so I have to have it and I have to read it. That is the end of this part of the book haul. If you have read some of these books, please let me know in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Ha det!